Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sacred Tarot by Nicole. I'm very excited to have you back here for our spirit animal pick-a-card reading. So I have Callie here, our psychic sidekick, to help me out. Obviously, she's an animal. I believe she's my spirit animal. Because I love animals, obviously I want to do a pick-a-card reading to see what your spirit animal is, or animals. So there will be 3 spirit animals in each pile. One you really resonate with, but the 2 others are also spirit animals that you may connect with. So when we get into the reading, I just want to explain what a spirit animal reading is about. So spirit animals are said to be guides for us. They're animals that protect or guide us. And also we resonate with certain animals more than others. So this reading will help us find out which animal we really resonate with. All right, so if you're not familiar with pick-a-card readings, how they work is you choose the pile you are most drawn to. I've also placed crystals on top of the piles, just in case you're more drawn to the crystals than you are the pile. You can also turn off the video for a few minutes to maybe meditate on which pile you're very drawn to. All right, so we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. I've also placed crystals on top of the piles just in case you're more drawn to the crystals than you are the pile. So we have rose quartz, raw rose quartz on pile number 1. We have clear quartz on pile number 2. Amethyst, raw amethyst on pile number 3. Black obsidian on pile number 4. Don't forget to look at the timestamp below, either in the comments or in the description, to see what pile is being read at which time. And please comment too on which pile you have picked. I would love your feedback and to see which pile resonates with you. What spirit animal that you resonate with and the personality traits that you share with your spirit animal. I'm really interested to hear your experience with the pick-a-card reading. I would also like to mention that we are in a new space here. We're at my mother's place in the center of Canada in Manitoba, and it's a beautiful, nice, calming, we're in nature, it's beautiful. We're in the veranda right now. It is quite hot outside. I think it's about +30 right now, but being out in nature is amazing, especially for Callie, my psychic sidekick here. So back to the pick-a-card reading. You can fast forward to the timestamp below to see which pile is being read at which time. All right, let's begin. All right, here we have pile number 1 with the raw rose quartz. I will be using spirit animal cards, and also I will be incorporating tarot cards. So the elephant, you gain the wisdom and love passed from one generation to the next. The elephant is a very strong animal. Its presence is gigantic, but they're very gentle creatures. So you may dream about elephants a lot, or elephants may pop up for you in the most interesting spots. I actually resonate with the elephant. The elephant is my spirit animal. So this is your main spirit animal. So I will draw 2 more cards that are also linked to your spirit animal. So this spirit animal is watching over you and helping you through your journey through life, so guiding you through your journey. So the elephant is an amazing creature, all about family, love, success. It's a very successful spirit animal, and one of the best spirit animals to have watching over you. The elephant really takes care of their family, so they really love to take care of their young ones. As you see, you got the baby elephant in the picture here. So the elephant really cares for their family. We have the bee. Hard work is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. Now, the bee, hard work and responsibility. I feel like that goes hand in hand when it comes to family. I feel like you're in a position right now where you're working really hard for your family to provide. I feel like you could be like a single mother or a single father, that you are taking care of young ones, or you feel like you want to prepare for a future where you will be taking care of young ones and where you will be able to provide for your family. So these 2 cards, so the bee and the elephant, are very family orientated. And if you are single and you don't have any dependents, this could be maybe something that is on your mind, and there's a journey here guiding you maybe towards, you know, starting a family, or, you know, looking for that companion that you have been craving, and maybe that is something that you are really, really resonating with right now. You want to put down roots, you want to start a family, and it feels like you have a very independent soul, and you're at a point in your life right now where you feel like you have gained wisdom and knowledge, and you have gone to a point where you really love yourself, and you're ready now to put love into a relationship, put the hard work and have the responsibility of taking care of someone else, or, you know, providing for a family. It's a very important time for you right now. So the elephant is the leader of the tribe, and I feel like you have a lot of leadership skills, and this is something that you are really, really looking forward to in starting a family, or maybe it could be a work situation too here, where you feel like you have really good leadership skills and you're able to lead people in a way of people listen to you. You have this authority about you where people listen to what you say. And the bee is a very, very hard worker. So you do resonate with the bee and the spirit animal. So we could see bees a lot, or bees could be attracted to you. Hopefully you're not allergic. And so when you do see bees, I do highly recommend manifesting and trying to think about all the things that you really want and what you want to build, because the bee is a sign of good luck and prosperity, especially in with money. So whatever you're thinking about at that time when you maybe come across a bee, or if you're having a dream about a bee, really, really try hard to manifest what it is you're thinking about at that moment, because the bee is there to help you live the best life you can and live prosperous and dream big, because the bee is there to help you. The bee is there to remind you that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. The beaver. Investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. The beaver is a busy beaver. This is another spirit animal that you resonate with. The beaver is also all about hard work, perseverance, building, putting down roots, creating a home for their family. They're very, very determined to make sure that they're providing for their family and providing and building a home, putting down those roots. And I'm just getting, with all three of these spirit animals, the elephant, leader of the tribe, the bee, hard worker, luck, prosperity, and the beaver, creating a home. This reading is just altogether saying that you are ready for a family, or you're trying to build a comfortable home, like a secure family life. The beaver is there to tie this up, saying that family is very important for you. Or it could also indicate that you are ready to start a family. So there could be a pregnancy, or the family growing bigger. Maybe you have, you're going to be an aunt or an uncle, or you're going to be a grandparent soon. There could be a sign that the family is just growing bigger, and there's going to be a lot of togetherness. And if you are maybe having issues with your family right now, this is an indicator that maybe you need to reconnect or mend those broken relationships, because family is very, very important. And if you do have issues with the family, it could mean just something that you need to work on and heal from. But I really do see amazing things here, and it could indicate the start of a family. Now I want to tie up the reading with tarot cards. Now the Queen of Rods is all about confidence, and again, also starting a family. This could indicate that you are ready, because you have the confidence, you have the drive. So the Queen of Rods is a very, very charming, charismatic woman, but it doesn't always have to signify with a woman. It could be either genders. It could just signify that you're more in touch with your feminine side, or you're getting more in touch with your feminine side. And if you're not in a relationship right now, and you're looking for maybe a possible partner for the future, you're trying to manifest, you know, the dream life with family, this is telling me that you are ready for that. And with that confidence, you've had this like newfound confidence, and bringing that into a new relationship is amazing. So if you are just about to, like, maybe you've been dating for a little bit and you have found someone that you are possibly possibly could be a life partner, I think this is the right time. And with the bee coming up like that, luck, prosperity, and timing. The bee is all about good timing. And the Page of Cups, actually, very interesting here. The Page of Cups is, the way I see this card, it can mean a few things. It could mean, the Page of Cups could signify like a new romance, maybe even a younger lover, and more imagination in the relationship, or more feeling more grounded within the relationship, or you are looking for this relationship that gives you this like exciting feeling of like butterflies in your stomach, and wanting to be with someone that makes you feel really special. And the Page of Cups, I also see this card as wanting to move away from the commitment fear. So it could be the person that you're with is not committing to you, or you are the person that has a fear of commitment. This reading here, and with this card coming up, it means that you're ready to move on to that next stage where you want the comforts of a home, you want to put down roots, you want a more secure feeling. And the Page of Cups there is telling you that it's time to get rid of that slippery fish in your cup. And the Page of Cups is, and cups signify love. And the Wheel of Fortune. That card coming up is absolutely telling you right there that it is time. It is time for you to put those roots down. It is time for you to really, really think about, you know, who you're with, and if this is someone that you are really, really looking for a future with, it is the right person. And if you are looking for someone to spend the rest of your life with, they're just around the corner. And I feel like you're manifesting right now. So look out for signs, because the elephant is there to tell you that you are ready, you're confident, you want to build that, you have the wisdom, you have the love passed down from generations, you want to build that family. And if it's not maybe the right time for you to build that family, and you are in a position where you are single and you are happy being single, it could mean your friends around you too, building those relationships, and building people, having that social circle, which will help you feel like you have a home, you have those roots, you have that security. And the bee, all about hard work and luck and prosperity, is on your side here. And the beaver, investing in those comforts and investing in feeling secure and putting down those roots. And luck and timing is on your side. Wheel of Fortune, and then because it's upright, all your tarot cards are actually upright, which is amazing. We got the Queen of Rods, we got the Wheel of Fortune, and the Page of Cups. It's time for that commitment. And if you're not getting that from your current partner, then maybe it's time to have some serious conversations about that, or it's time to move on to that next stage. And if you are single, then this is just telling me that you are really, really feeling like you are part of the community. You have really great connections around you. This is really nice. This is a really good reading. What I'm seeing here is that you are a very strong person. The elephant is a leader, and don't forget that about you, because you have great confidence and you have a lot of great things coming your way, especially with the luck and timing card. All right, thank you. That's pile number 1. Don't forget to like this video or subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the pick a card reading, please comment below and let me know if you resonate with any of these spirit animals, or if something is really jumping out at you and you really want to give me some feedback. That's great. I really would love to hear your story with the spirit animals. All right, everyone, this is pile number 2. To see what your spirit animal is. I have incorporated spirit animal cards along with tarot cards to tie the reading together. So the orangutan. So the orangutan, and it's a funny one. Some of the spirit animals are kind of funny. And be like, oh, I resonate with an orangutan. Orangutans are very special animals. They are jungle animals. They're very powerful animals within the jungle and within the rainforest. The orangutan loves to live joyously, doesn't like to live to work. So they work to live, but they don't live to work. And I have this feeling that you resonate with the orangutan this way, that you're a bit of a minimalist and you really want to enjoy life. You don't want to work too hard. You want to secure for your future, but you also want to live more in the moment. And you could be in a situation right now where you might not be able to live in the moment. You have to maybe support children, support a family, or if you are single, I feel like this is just the way you want to live your life, and which is great. And there could be some problems, you know, people could, you know, family might put a lot of pressure on you. Well, no, when are you gonna put down roots? When are you gonna, you know, start a family? But this is not the way you want to live your life, and that's okay, and that's the way it should be. You resonate with the orangutan. You're cool, calm, collected, and you don't really need a lot, and that's great. And I think that being a minimalist is a wonderful experience, because you can get into a meditative state of where you realize that we get so caught up in being consumers and buy, get the, you know, have the biggest house, biggest car, but your thought pattern is not like that. The orangutan living a simple life, but they're very happy. And if you're not feeling very happy right now, the spirit animal is there to help and guide you understand maybe a little bit more about your personality. But maybe going into more of a minimalist state is what you're really looking for, or that you do cut back maybe hours at work and not work so much, not because it could signify that if you are a workaholic, that it is something that just doesn't resonate with like your higher self. It doesn't resonate with your soul. And the orangutan is there to remind you that life is too short, and maybe there might be people in your life that you need to reconnect with, some relationships that you want to mend. The orangutan is really good. Like he or she, it can resonate with either sex. The orangutan is letting you know that people really enjoy being around you, and they're almost envious of you in a way, of that you can feel so calm, so collected, so cool, so calm, collected, and you have this air about you, or this is something that you're craving more in your life. The orangutan is trying to guide you into maybe a more peaceful way of living. The water buffalo. Face life head on with courage and reclaim the brave spirit within you. So this is really interesting. I feel like there could be an issue with you connecting with your orangutan spirit animal. It's almost that people around you might have issues with the way you want to live your life, but this is your life. The water buffalo there is telling you to be brave, be courageous, put your foot down, put those boundaries up. Put the boundaries around the people that are telling you maybe that the way you're living is wrong, but it's not their choice. It's not their choice on how you live your life. It's your choice. So reclaim that courage and reclaim your boundaries. And so your main spirit animal is the orangutan. The orangutan may come up quite a bit for you in dreams, or you might see the orangutan. And if you don't, he or she might start appearing. And if you don't see the orangutan, I feel like the orangutan will start appearing in maybe dreams or popping up in kind of random places, maybe on TV and stuff. So the water buffalo too, you could start seeing the water buffalo, or just buffalo themselves. The water buffalo could also be popping up in the most strange places. Oh, I also want something that was coming through too. The water buffalo has a bit of a temper, and it could be telling you that you may feel pretty cool, calm, and collected at times, but your temper flares up. So people get really nervous about that temper because most of the time you're very, very calm, but when that temper comes out, it's like, watch out, because they're not used to it. And I think it's maybe a sign that you need to be a little more gentle with your approach with certain situations. So the orangutan and the water buffalo are a little bit conflicting, because one is cool, calm, collected, and the other one has a temper. Or it could be that you have these two different traits that are very, very conflicting, because on one side someone sees you cool, calm, and collected, but then another side sees you with a temper. It could just be a bit much for some people. And that's just something to look into and maybe to work on. Maybe not maybe controlling that temper, because it could be hurting someone else, or it could be a little bit scary for some people in your life, and maybe a family member. Maybe you have children that you're really trying to be a little more calm with and help them understand. But it's just saying water buffalo has reclaim the courage, but also be gentle in the approach. And the sloth. You got some really interesting, funny animals here. They're all very, very powerful. And the sloth, I know a lot of people think of sloths as these slow moving creatures that are not very powerful and not very strong, but the sloth is a very, very important spirit animal. The sloth is there to remind people to slow down, that sometimes we're just too fast. And again, I want to bring up the consumerism thing, is that we are always thinking we have to have the biggest car, the best house, the best everything. And the sloth is there to remind you, consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. So you're a true minimalist with all of these cards. These spirit animals don't need very much to be happy, and you're a very happy person. And the sloth is there to just help you, remind you that you need to slow down. And if you are already in this state of cool, calm, and collect, then it's just empowering you even more to understand what your spirit animal is, and what spirit animals are watching over you and helping you, guide you on your journey. You are on the right journey. If you are in this state of minimalist and you're trying to maybe downsize, or move into a smaller house, or even an RV and travel around the country that you're in, then do it. These are all signs pointing to that your spirit animals are watching over you, and they're protecting you, and they're helping you, guide you to what you really want and what your higher power is trying to tell you. All right, I want to tie this reading up with tarot cards. So the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a rest and retreat card. So to rest and retreat from situations, maybe from situations that are not serving you. So situations that are not serving you, maybe someone does have a problem maybe with the way you do live your life, and it could be a family member, it could be parents, it could be maybe even a partner. And in this relationship, and if it is a relationship situation, it could be something that you have to talk about with your partner, that you maybe want to downsize and you want to live a little more simple life than being all about work and no play. So, and if you already do live that life, then you have found your true calling, and you are really listening to your spirit animal guides. So we have the King of Rods reverse. Now I do read reverse cards in tarot, so it could have a negative indication, or it could mean the opposite of what it is upright, or it's just something you're working on. Now the King of Rods, there could be a setback. There could be something that will stop you maybe from living this life, the minimalist life, and it could just maybe take some more time to get to where you really want to be. And that's okay. I think there's going to be setbacks. There's always setbacks in life, and people have to learn from their mistakes, or learn from their guides. And especially like these spirit animals, what they're trying to tell you is that you don't need very much to be happy. And like I was saying, it could be a move, you could be moving, but there could be a setback with this move. Or maybe you're just in a big transition right now. And transitions are good, because change is good. We're always evolving. We're always working on learning more. And this setback is meant to happen. And if you don't feel like you're resonating with any kind of setback, then it could just mean that it is time to meditate on the decisions that you're making right now. So the rest and retreat. So the Four of Swords. So the Three of Cups here is all about reconnecting with loved ones and reconnecting with friends, family, and enjoying people's company. And this could mean that you're trying to stop working so much. And it could mean that you're a bit of a workaholic. So it's time to reevaluate maybe the relationships and maybe reconnect with people that you have put on the back burner. It's time to really start enjoying your life. And your spirit animals are there to guide you. They're there to help you. And I feel like you are the true minimalist. And if you're not resonating with being a minimalist, then maybe it's just time to think about what you really, really want and what really truly makes you happy. All right, thank you. That is pile number 2. Sorry, I didn't have the crystal in there, but it was just right here. It just wasn't in the video completely. I just wanted to show you that that's the clear quartz there that's associated with this pile, so pile number 2. So thank you very much for following along. Don't forget to like or subscribe to my channel, and I would really love to hear your feedback on which animal you feel like you really resonate with and your experience with this reading. Love to hear from you. All right, thank you. All right, here we have pile number 3. So I have spirit animal cards here, and I have tarot cards. So we'll find out what your spirit animal is. The first one is going to be your main spirit animal, and the 2 others are also spirit animals that you may have traits with, or that are spirit animals that are watching over you. The wild horse. That's a nice one. So speak your passions aloud and defend those whom you love in word and deed. So the wild horse is very wild, very free, very passionate. So I have a feeling that you either resonate with the wild horse, or something like something inside of you that you really want to show to the world. But for some reason you kind of maybe keep the wild horse hidden a bit, or you do feel like this person, and sometimes it doesn't work with your personality or people, or it doesn't work with people around you. Maybe there could be a situation where you feel like you're a little bit too wild, but this is who you are. This is just naturally how you want to be, which is really good. So the wild horse is letting you know that you have this spirit about you, that you go out and you do. You're a bit of a risk taker. You like to take risks. You put a lot of passion into maybe your work. You're very, very passionate at work. You're very driven. You're very determined. And if you're not feeling like that, that is something inside of you that is trying to be exposed. That wild horse is trying to claw out, and it could be telling you that your spirit animal could be telling you that it is time to be a little more adventurous and be more excited about life, and be more, it could mean like you need something more in your life, so a new beginning. And this could indicate that you're a little bit bored with life, or you are having the best time, because the wild horse is always having a good time, and they're very, very passionate in almost everything they do. And then on a more gentler side, you have the deer as well. You could resonate with the deer. The deer is helping you on your life journey, like your path. So take note of the messages in whispers and secrets adrift on the breeze. So secret messages about maybe your personality and how you want to live your life. And it could mean that you're conflicted because you have this wild side, but you also have this very gentle nature about yourself. I'm really hoping that a deer walks by, because sometimes the deers go into my parents' yard, and then there'll be a deer right behind us. That would be so amazing. But the other day there was a deer trying to go into my mother's garden, so let's hope that could happen today. So the deer is very spiritual, very independent, really in tune with nature, very grounded. And then you got the wild horse, which is a wild horse. So I feel like sometimes your personality get very conflicted, but you have both of these animals watching over you. They're both part of your journey, and it could mean that you have this gentle nature to you, but you have this wild horse that is like trying to be released, and you want to invite both of these spirit animals to be in your existence. It's okay to be introverted and extroverted. A lot of people are like that. It is very normal to want to have your alone time, your independency, and then it would also be around a lot of people and be wild and have fun and be adventurous. And if you're not feeling very adventurous, your spirit animal is telling you that you need this balance in your life. You need the wild, you need the comforts of being alone and independent. You do have a very gentle nature to you, but you also do have a very passionate nature. So keeping these two in balance. And I want to actually bring up what's the third. So the third is the whale. So through music, you reclaim life's magic and grow strong in body and soul. I'm getting this feeling that you either have a beautiful singing voice, or you're a public speaker, you use your throat chakra a lot, and you have to be really careful with your throat chakra. You could actually be prone to a lot of sore throats or illnesses when it comes to the throat chakra. So you have to be really careful. You have to be kind to yourself, and especially if you're a singer, you really need to practice keeping your throat chakra strong. So there could be some exercises to look into the throat chakra, because it's very important, and there's certain crystals too that help the throat chakra flourish. The whale is there to tell you that you have an amazing skill, some kind of skill or natural talent that you maybe aren't using right now because you have that gentle nature, but the wild horse is telling you that you want the freedom to do what you really love. And right here in this reading is telling you right now is the time to get out there, use music as maybe a way to meditate as well on what you really want, and go forward with the dreams and the desires you have. And if it's singing, that is your path. And if it could also be public speaking or using your voice to reclaim who you really are, but also remain balanced. Maybe don't go too far in either direction, because you do have introverted and extroverted traits. I want to tie up the reading here with a few tarot cards. So Five of Rods upright indicates competition or rivalry. I feel like a lot of people could be really jealous of you. You could be really skilled in something that maybe people wish that they had, or they just admire you. You're admired a lot, and especially for the fact that you have this like amazing fun, really amazing fun nature to you, and then you're able to remain independent and calm and cool and collected. But the deer is actually really special because you're able to be with yourself and be comfortable with that. You have that confidence, you have that independence. And so the Five of Rods just indicates that there could be some rivalry around you, and you do let it affect you, because I'm getting maybe an empath nature to you, that you really take on other people's feelings and maybe the opinions. Your true calling and your desires are kind of out of whack right now, with the fact that I feel like there could be competition here. Friendly competition is totally fine, but there could be like maybe a fight or a family member that is not okay with you succeeding, and that happens quite a bit in our life. That happens sometimes on our journey, where not everybody is very supportive of it. But if you do have a lot of support here, this competition could also be with yourself. You feel like you have such a competitive nature, and you always have to compare yourself to other people, and that's okay as well. It's okay to compare, but also understand that your talents and your skills are probably beyond what other people have. So just accept that nature, accept that about yourself, and get on that stage and fight those fears that you may have. So the star, actually very interesting. So the star is all about dreams come true. So idealization of a dream come true. And I feel like you're dreaming right now about something to do with the voice, and it's the throat chakra that needs to be nurtured. And again, there's crystals, there's soothing exercises to help your voice, and again, it could be public speaking, but it could be singing. There's something that you really want to use your voice with, and it could just indicate that you are ready to communicate maybe with someone that you had a falling out with, or a family member that you really want to communicate how they made you feel. And again, because there's competition and rivalry here, it could indicate that. So the Page of Rods upside down, so reverse. I do read reverse cards, so it could have a negative indication, means the opposite of what it would be upright, or it's something that you're working on. And something that I think you're working on is avoiding the gossip and the malice, like behavior of other people. So the Page of Rods upside down, like reversed, does mean that there could be gossip, or people aren't supporting you, and this is something maybe that you maybe have to end that relationship with, maybe the certain person that is not supporting you, or have a conversation. It could just literally mean that you need to use your voice. You need to create those boundaries. You're very introverted in a lot of ways, but you're very extroverted. So use that extroverted, passionate wild horse to help you with using your voice. And don't let these cards bring you down. Unfortunately, there will be people around us that will try to maybe bring you down, and they get a little bit envious or jealous, or it could just mean that they're not as supportive. And this star is here to reveal that what you're dreaming about right now is the right path, and your spirit animals are watching over you. You've got the whale, the deer, and the wild horse. They're all watching over you. So you may see the wild horse a lot. When you see horses, deer, or a whale, even on TV, or you know, all of a sudden they pop up, you see posters of them, or you dream about them, it's your spirit animals trying to connect with you and trying to help you see forward. And I really, really am seeing a lot, something to do with the throat chakra, so something to do with your voice. Even with the Page of Rods here, actually, how he's calling out. So it's almost like you're calling out to have, you know, maybe have conversations with people that might not be as supportive, or, you know, the gossip, or because this what it does signify gossip or malice behavior, but it doesn't matter what people think. This is your life. This is what you want to do. And I feel like you do have a lot of support from your spirit animals, and you do have a lot of support, but maybe there's just one particular person or someone. And if that's not the case, if you feel like you're very supported from everybody, it's time for you to flourish. All right, everybody, that's pile number 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or subscribe, and please comment below. Tell me your experience with this reading. I would love to hear about your spiritual journey with these spirit animals. All right, thank you. Pile number 3. All right, everyone, we have pile number 4. So we have spirit animal cards here. So there will be 3 cards I'll be laying out. You have the one main spirit animal, and then the other 2 spirit animals, you may have character traits with those spirit animals as well. So you may resonate with those spirit animals. So there will be 3 cards. And then I also have tarot cards here too that I'll be incorporating in the reading so that I can tie up the reading with the tarot cards. All right. So the first card that we have here is the bat. So this is your main spirit animal. So the bat, you have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. So the bat's a really special animal. And a lot of the times people misunderstand the bat. A bat is considered kind of like a vicious creature, but it's not. They're cute, they're cuddly, they're really, really sweet. Bats are very sweet in nature. Because the bats are misunderstood, they get kind of a bad rap. But they're very, very sweet, and they are there to tell you that you can pretty much get through anything. And I feel like with the bat, it could represent that you've had kind of a hard life, and you've had a lot of bad things thrown at you, and you've had to always pick yourself up. You've had to kind of gotten knocked down, and then you had to pick yourself up. And that's great, because that's about spiritual awakenings, and having maybe trauma in your life has forced you to really reevaluate everything in your life and people you have around you, your family, and learn from situations. You really, really know how to take failure, nip it in the butt, and move forward. And you have a great spirit to you. You have that power to move forward. So it's almost like, and this could actually indicate that you could be in a line of work of social work or counseling, or some kind of work where you help people. And the bat just has that nature of strength, and like you've been through a lot, you can relate to people. You can really relate. So this spirit animal is watching over you. And if you don't feel like you connect really on that way, this is something where this bat is trying to tell you that it could be something that you may want to think about for your future, that you might be really drawn to. And if you're maybe a little bit lost in life, and you know, you feel a little bit like a victim, or you feel like there's been a lot of hardship, then the bat is there to remind you, you have a lot of strength to help people too, because you're able to relate with people with your experience, with your wisdom. So your wisdom based on experience. And the bat is very, very powerful and intuitive too. A bat is they're very intuitive. And of course, they do like to come out at night. You may be a night person. You may sleep more during the day, and then you come out at night alive. And that's just pretty natural for you. And if you don't signify with that, it's just something that you could be a little more inspired at nighttime, like in the evening. And here we have the owl. also another one of your spirit animals. So seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. You have this keen eye to really see through people. You can, because you have so much experience maybe with trauma and working through maybe issues that you've had in the past, and you have this keen eye for looking out for people that are not very nice or kind of a mean nature to them. I'll bring up the fact that this could also be related to empath tendencies, or you could have some clairsenses. So clairsenses are psychic senses, and vision, especially with vision. So that's clairvoyance. So all seeing, so clear seeing. You could have this gift or this vision that you see stuff that you don't necessarily want to see, or that you haven't developed a skill to understand that you may have psychic senses. So these animals, bats and owls, you could see in your dreams, or you could see them on TV a lot, or bats, like you could see them at night, or an owl. So if you've seen an owl recently, or you had any owl presence recently in your life, it is telling you that the owl, very, very wise. It's time to have like almost like a spiritual awakening, to move maybe into a different, it could also indicate moving. Actually, the bat and the owl, there could be a move that you need to make. Where you are right now is just not working. It's not serving you anymore. So there could be a move in place because you just weren't really happy in your current state. So the owl is there to help you, guide you, to spiritually guide you into a deeper understanding of where you want to be, your connection with your higher self. And it could have been out of whack because you could have went into, you know, the stages of your spiritual awakening, and you maybe not understand what was going on. And spiritual awakenings are amazing. You become awake, and you can see things more clear. You can see through people's bullshit. And I feel like you're getting to this point where you understand that you have your own journey. This is your own journey. So the ray, counter malicious talk by casting its import from your mind. So there could be some maliciousness. That now the ray, the stingray, is usually, when it comes up, it means that you could be under attack, or some kind of attack on you. Like there's someone in your life that is really trying to bring you down. It could be almost as extreme as like having a stalker, or having someone that is really unkind to you, a family member that really brings you down and puts you down. And it's time for you to really make your boundaries clear and get to the root of these situations, and get help with these situations. And it could also mean that you're in a really uncomfortable living situation, and it's time to move. It's time to get out of that situation. But if this is not speaking to you that way, there's just something that is around you. Maybe the people that are around you are just not serving you anymore. And not that you need to find new friends, like, because, you know, it might not be necessarily your friends, but it could be the fact that you're going through a transition and you need some guidance, and your spirit animals here are here to guide you and to help you through that. So you could see these animals in your dreams, or on TV, or could pop up anywhere. And at those moments, what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to work through, is what really is important right now. So I want to mention the stingray. When they feel threatened, they get really aggressive, and they can be very defensive, and they have this way of protecting themselves. I believe it's releasing ink, and it's kind of like poisonous to everything around it. And because they're very exposed, they're very large, flat creatures, and they need to be pretty aggressive when they get attacked, because they need to survive, and it's like animals need to survive. So you could be in a situation right now where you need to put your foot down, make those boundaries, be a little more aggressive with your approach in letting people know maybe how you're feeling. And if you're not resonating with that kind of situation, these spirit animals are just there to tell you that you have the wisdom, you have the strength, you have the all-seeing, you see things that not everybody sees. You have clairvoyance, and it's time to it's time for you to nurture those skills that you have, and maybe these special powers that you maybe once didn't really know how to nurture them. And the bat is here to remind you that you can get through anything. So spread those wings and fly. You have 2 flying cards here. So I believe this indicates a move, and the stingray there is to remind you that you may have to be pretty aggressive. You have to be a bit aggressive in explaining what you want and where you want to be. And so it might be a little bit of an uncomfortable situation that you're coming with, but understand that your spirit animals are there to help you and guide you and protect you. So I want to tie up the reading with the tarot cards here. So the 7 of Rods. The 7 of Rods indicates hesitation. When it's upright, so I do read reverse cards, so reverse cards either have a negative indication, means the opposite would be upright, or something that you're working on. And now this card upright is like you're fighting a pointless battle. And with reverse, it means that you're hesitating. You're hesitating on something that, like a decision that you really want to make. And right now it's important to listen to your spirit animals, because they are trying to give you a message. They're trying to guide you in the right way. And again, the whole seeing a move, being a little more aware of your surroundings and maybe things that are just not serving you anymore. But hesitation is there for some reason. I feel like something is stopping you. It could indicate that it wouldn't be an easy move. And it could also indicate that you're in a relationship that you're not quite comfortable with anymore, and you have hesitation on leaving that person, but you know that it might not be right. And you feel like if you leave, or if you end the relationship, it's kind of like a failure, because you may have had some relationships that never worked in the past, and right now it's not working. But it doesn't mean that you are not deserving and worthy of love. It means that that might not be the right time, or the right place right now for you to be in a relationship. There's some growing and some learning that you need to do about yourself before. But there is hesitation here. And if that's not resonating with you, if there is a really happy, healthy relationship here, it just means that it could mean that there's just some decisions that you are not right on the same page about, and that it's time for you to have a little more open conversations about this, and use your intuition, use your clairvoyance, like the seeing. So listen to your dreams, listen to things that pop up in your conscious thoughts about what you want, and communicate them. It's time for you to communicate them. So Ace of Rods could indicate a new beginning, and I like to use this in readings where you see a house in the background, and it's like that house, it's dark, it's around clouds, it's like it's not serving you anymore. So again, the Ace of Rods does indicate another, it's like a moving card. Or it could mean moving away. It may not even be a big move, it could just be to a different house or a different apartment. But if it's not moving, then it could just mean that you're going on a trip, and maybe, of course, we're not going too far these days because of social distancing, and we can't travel to other countries. But it just means that there's something here that's telling you that right now, getting in a car or getting on an airplane within your country is very important for you right now, because there's some soul searching that you need to do. And your spirit animals are there to tell you that you have this amazing strength of people. And I want to go back to the social work or some kind of counseling. You have so much experience with trauma that I feel like it would be so beneficial for people to hear your story. I also see maybe a book here too, like you could be working on a book. You could be writing your story, you could be writing your memoir. And it's important because you have so many unique experiences, and you could have had like a really painful childhood or a painful past. And if you're not resonating with that, there's just a story that you need to tell. There's something that you really need to tell. Oh, and interesting, the Chariot. So the Chariot is all about willpower and perseverance and moving forward and pushing forward. Very, very strong card. Again, I just want to tie that up, saying that the strength that you have and the experiences that you've had are so beneficial to share. You have this story to tell. And that's why I see you are a very special person. You're very special, and you have great animal spirits, spirit guides. So look out for owls, bats, or the stingray. They're there to help you, guide you, and for you to understand that you need to put up boundaries and you need to be careful of maybe malicious people around you. But you do have a lot of love for yourself and you're very, very independent, but you have maybe gotten into this codependent relationship and you're a bit lost. Well, it's time to reconnect with your higher self. And there could be a move. There could be a move. And if there's no move, then it means that you need to go on maybe a little vacation. You need to spend some time with yourself and clear your thoughts. All right, thank you. And that's pile number 4. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below. I would love to hear your experience with the spirit animals. I would love to see what animals that you really feel like you resonate with. So please let me know. I want your story to be told because I feel like you have a story to be told. All right, thank you. And that's pile number 4.